Well, the Jags versus the Steelers. It's playoff weekend, and it has officially arrived. The teams are gearing up for the Sunday kickoff at 1:05, and we have our First Coast News sports team there, Chris Porter and Alyssa Lang, along with anchor Heather Crawford in Pittsburgh for the big game tonight. So let's send it out to Pittsburgh right now. And guys, tell me, what is the atmosphere like that in the Steel City? I've been looking at your social media pages. I see you've been eating some big sandwiches out there.
Anthony, I'd say we've been having fun since we got here. You know, we arrived last night and it was unseasonably warm, but ooh, Chris, the cold weather has arrived. It is dropping hour by hour. It's supposed to get down into the teens tonight, so I'm bringing back the leg warmers. We're right here in front of Heinz Field. This is where the Jaguars will take on the Steelers on Sunday. And today, as we've been out and about in Pittsburgh, we've seen a lot of fans, and Jaguars fans that is, and they are so excited to be here, so excited about the playoff game. And they said they came here for one reason, to make sure their team knows they're here to support them so that they can come back to Jacksonville with a big W.
And while it's been cold here in Pittsburgh the last 2 days, the trash talking has been extremely hot, folks. The Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin, the players, even the national media, not giving our Jaguars any respect. You would think that the Jags lost to the Steelers when they went head-to-head back in Week 5. But for those who forgot what actually went down, let me remind you. The Jaguars entered Pittsburgh back in October with a record of 2-2. The Big Cats had two impressive blowout wins over the Houston Texans and the Baltimore Ravens, but two disappointing letdowns to the Tennessee Titans and the New York Jets. The question heading into the Burgh was which Jaguars team would show up. The answer would prove to be a telling foreshadow for the season going forward. The Jaguars punched the Steelers in the mouth with a heavy dose of the run and a defense that was ready to put the NFL on notice that they were one of the best in the league. The Jaguars harassed Ben Roethlisberger all day. An unrelenting pass rush led to 7.5 sacks, and a lockdown secondary led to a career-high 5 interceptions for Big Ben. Jalen Ramsey, Deshaun Gibson, Telvin Smith all had 1 interception, while Barry Church reeled in 2. The Jaguars' defense frustrated Big Ben so much that after the game, they actually had him questioning if he could still play the game anymore.
Maybe I don't have it anymore.
When the Jaguars' defense wasn't taking the ball away from the Steelers, the Jags' offense was running the ball down their throat. The Jags ran for a combined 231 yards, 181 of them coming from rookie running back Leonard Fournette. Fournette got the scoring started for the Jags in the second when he jumped over the Steelers' defensive line and closed the game out for good in the fourth when he broke loose for a 90-yard touchdown run, his longest of the season. In all, it was a dominating performance from the Jaguars, and it was one that set the tone for the rest of the season. A statement to the league saying we can play with the best of them. They'll look to repeat that performance again Sunday here in the Steel City. And if history repeats itself, you know, in 2007, the Jacksonville Jaguars came here. They were part of that AFC Central Division. They beat the Pittsburgh Steelers and advanced on to the next round. And they had also that 2007 team had beaten the Steelers during the regular season. Now, as I said at the top of our live shot, there has been a lot of trash talked here in the Steel City. And Jaguar fans, you know, down in Duval, they're bucking too. We continue our live team coverage with Brian Chinaki, who's been all over social media to tell us what's going down there. Hello, Brian.
Hello, Chris. Bring us some sandwiches back this weekend and a win. Blake Bortles has been the topic of choice throughout the season for the ups and the downs. As Chris said, in social media has been lit. But right now, outside of CBS Sports calling him out yesterday, the news surrounding Blake Bortles has been positive. And today, this statistic coming down from our beat writer, Mike Kay, has me going a little cray-cray. Blake Bortles is the first QB from the 2014 NFL Draft to start and win a playoff game. You already know the drill. Any news about Bortles is fire on social media. Let's get socially acceptable. First tweet, James says, Bortles is better than Tom Brady because Bortles won a playoff game in 2018. Brady has not yet. Very clever, James. This tweet from Pete Prisco caught a lot of attention on the hate directed at Blake Bortles. He says it's over the top. He's a stand-up player who shows up to face the fire, win or lose. I don't get it. LaMelo Yellow wants to know, but is he better than Michael Jordan? I would say he's definitely better than Michael Jordan. And of course, There are Blake haters still out there, not just CBS Sports. Wes says he's also the first QB from the 2014 draft class to get carried in and win a playoff game. Obviously, he's referring to the defense there. Chris, let's toss it back to you and see if Blake Bortles can have himself a career game on Sunday.
Thank you, Brian. And we'll be talking about Blake Bortles during our special tonight on ABC 25. Riverside Chevrolet Road to Minnesota, Prowl in Pittsburgh. We'll also hear what the Jags are saying about the lack of respect that they're getting from the Steelers. That's coming up tonight at 7 on ABC 25.
And you know, Chris and I have been going all around downtown Pittsburgh, getting a little taste of the city. But after the break, I'm going to show you what Jaguar fans are doing to make sure that the Steel City gets a taste of Jacksonville.